Hey guys, what's up? It's Lead here, and I got my hands on a PS4 controller early, about 3 weeks early, and I'm doing unboxing for you guys. And I'm sorry to all the Xbox fans here, but I have actually a 360 and PS3, so I'm neutral. For the most part, I'm completely neutral on these consoles. But I started out with PlayStation and basically starting out with PS4. I might get the Xbox One eventually. I'm gonna kind of see how directions go with it, but I just didn't like how it started out, and I just felt like PlayStation was more for the consumer and yada yada yada. I don't really want to sit there and ramble on for you guys because I know this is what you came for, to see what it looks like. But what's great about me owning Xbox and PS3, I can give you guys old comparisons. Once I get out of the box, I can give it better comparisons, but it's kind of hard to see. But it's about as wide as the PS3 controller, maybe just a tad bit wider, and I don't know. The 360 controller, it's a little wider than the 360 controller, not by a lot, by a little bit. But what I like about this versus the PS3, I mean, let's be honest. What I disappointed about the PS3 controller was that it wasn't very much of an upgrade. They just basically, yeah, let's make it DualShock, and etc. Charge, built-in battery, blah 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 blah. They didn't do a whole lot, from the PS2. They didn't really change it very much, and so basically I was disappointed in that. And so I think the PS4, I mean, you can't really tell, but it's a little deeper. It's kind of hard. I'm sorry, guys. It's kind of hard to see. But you'll see what I mean once I get it out, and I'll give you guys better comparisons. So let's go ahead and unwrap this thing so we can sit here and move on. I'm excited. I really am. I'm excited to get this baby out. Now, this is my first time unboxing it, so I don't really... I see there's a couple at the top. It's kind of hard to see, but there's like some seals. I'm sorry, guys. I know I should have had these off, but I didn't see them actually till I started to try to open the box, and I said, "Oh crap! There's seals at the top." So let's get those open. Let's see. And I think another thing I forgot to mention is that for all you people that are like, why is he getting PS4 and etc. Another thing I want to add to that is overall, when you think about it, because I know a lot of you guys who are watching this are, into Call of Duty, most likely in that. So when you think about the overall spectrum is that PS4 is better at the moment. I'm just being honest. Like I said, I'm being completely neutral here. But the bottom line is the overall perception is that PS4. I say PS3. I thought, never mind. But PS4 is the overall better, system. But just because of everything that happened, my reasons and etc. But really, that's the whole thing about it is that you can't just think of Call of Duty. Xbox is huge on Call of Duty, obviously, and PlayStation, I think they'll get bigger on Call of Duty, but PlayStation's more for overall, and I like that. I don't want it to be, even though I love Call of Duty and that, it's just you got to think of the big picture. But get a little instruction manual with it. Sorry I got rambling on there, but it says PS4 on it. Just, you guys don't want to see the instruction manual. What you want to see is this. You get a little box and open it up, and finally, for the first time, I'm getting to touch a PS4 controller. As you can see, the glow light on the back. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, very comfortable. Let's see here. I'm sorry, guys. This is my first time testing it out, so I'm kind of getting the feel for it for myself. But I mean, it looks really nice. I don't have the best lighting here, but the center pad pushes down the touchpad. Obviously, you're going to have the light up on the back, says Sony. You also have, this is where the mic hooks up. It's kind of, again, it's kind of hard to tell. You can kind of see it, kind of can't. It's got your PlayStation button here, your share, your options. Oop, and it lights up. It's got a little bit of power. Let's see, hold on. What did I press to get it to light up? Oh, the center PS button. See? That's kind of the whole idea. You don't have the 1, 2, 3 going across like on the old PS3 controllers. So here I'm going to bring out the comparisons. Side by side, PS3, PS4. As you can see, a little bit of a difference. PS4 controller is just a tad bit wider. What I mean by length is see how it, I mean, I'm holding it, I'm trying to hold it straight up, but I'm holding it pretty darn close to even, and the PS4 controller is actually a little bit longer. And that, for all of you, because that's what my friend's biggest complaint was, he had long fingers. So, you know, for older people, man, it just like, it was just so, you know, uptight, you know, cramped. But this is honestly nice. I mean, it's comfortable. When I hold this controller, I'm completely and utterly comfortable. Just every bit as comfortable as an Xbox 360 controller, really. For all of you Call of Duty trickshoters out there, Claw, perfectly capable. I mean, perfectly. In fact, it's honestly more comfortable to play Claw on the PS4 controller than it is on the 360 controller. So that's an interesting fact. It really is, and I'm, like I said, I'm being completely neutral here. I mean, you guys will get to feel it for yourselves here in just a little bit. If you don't have your hands on one already. But here's the 360 PS4 controller comparison. Now, obviously, the 360 is a little more bulkier. I mean, and the 360 controller matches very similar to the Xbox One controller. But, I mean, the PS4 controller is really nice. I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm very impressed by how much of a difference it was. You know, it's a huge upgrade from, you know, the PS3. And, again, it's actually more comfortable, I would say. You know, you could argue maybe otherwise. But I think it's actually a tad bit more comfortable to play Claw on the PS4 controller. I mean, when I hold the Xbox controller, not quite as comfortable. This controller just, it feels right, you know. It feels a little better. It's got a little bit, it's like a weird, like different, like vinyl material on the back. It's kind of odd. I don't know what material it is, but it's like a little bit of a different texture to it than the front. I think it's like a little bit, it's not rough, but it's a little rougher than, like, you know, it's a little more grippy, and I think that's the whole point of it, is so that your fingers can grip the controller a little easier without slipping off. I mean, like I said, when I hold a PS3 controller, it's less comfortable than a 360 controller. I mean, like I said, this is just an upgrade from both. Again, I love the 360 controller. Very nice controller. But again, this one's just a little bit of an upgrade. A little bit better, in my opinion, than both old consoles. I'm sorry, guys, I don't have an Xbox One controller. I'd actually like to have that, too, so you guys got to see the comparison. But this is basically it. I don't want to sit here and keep you guys, you know, staying around. But PS4 controller, that's it, guys. That's what there is. So you're getting a first-hand account from an average guy like me. I'm not a review guy or something like that. So just more of an average Joe. So and that's honestly the type of guys I like hearing from, you know, because then you get sometimes less bias and etc. So and again, one last thing, the L2 and the R2 are a little more designed different. They're more like triggers, kind of like this design, except actually a little better. This one was just flat on the PS3 controller. This one's cupped like the 360. It's kind of hard to see, but it's a little bit, as you can tell, it's a little cupped. And so, overall, I like it. The touchpad's not in the way. It doesn't look dumb. I honestly don't find a problem with it, as you can tell. Also, just like the 360 design, cupped inner grips here on the analogs and etc. As you can see. So, that's nice. Like I said, it's overall a comfortable controller, and I think I'm going to enjoy it. So, it's been League, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Peace.